welcome to yoga. We're gonna have a stretchy class with just some core focus today, just a little bit. Okay, let's get started. Sat on a block. We are, if you've got one, if not, as you are, move the fleshy part of the bum out of the way, anchor yourself down, allow the knees to open so the hips can open, pop something under the knees if they are slightly more sensitive, if you're more sensitive through the hip area. And then we're thinking about growing tall through the crown of the head. So really reaching up through the crown of the head, finding that space. Take the shoulders up towards the ears and then just roll them all the way back down. I like to use the hands on the thighs here because it's a really clear indication of whether I'm getting some movement through the shoulders because the hands move. So just finding that little bit of space through the shoulder space. And then take it in the opposite direction. Roll those shoulders over the top, opening up that chest and then rolling them over the top. And then just a couple more of those. And then just have a little wiggle around in the seat. Find that comfortable space that you can stay in for just a little bit of time. And then finally, one nice deep inhale, reaching up through the crown of the head, reaching up, growing tall. And then exhale through the mouth, sigh it all away. That is your day leaving the body. Okay, we're going to dip the chin ever so slightly towards the chest so we can lengthen through the neck. And we're going to take some even breathing. Feel free to close the eyes, soften the gaze, your choice. Hands can come wherever feels good, maybe to chest or to tummy, maybe just to the thighs, wherever you are. Just start to settle in. When you're ready, if your breath pattern doesn't match mine, do your own. Here we go. Let's take an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allowing the breath to soften. Allowing yourself to focus in on an intention for today, whatever that might be. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking a moment to appreciate that you have found some time to show up for yourself today. Okay. From here, you can slowly open the eyes if you want to. Don't feel you need to. We're going to take the right hand down. We're going to take that left arm up to the ceiling. Reach up out of the waist. Spread through the fingers. And then take that left arm over the top. We're going to pause here, but just take a little bit of a pulse. Right elbow comes in close towards the body, rolling that right shoulder back. Gaze can come wherever feels good, maybe ahead, maybe towards the ceiling. And then let's switch it out. Left hand's going to come down. Lift that right arm to the ceiling. Open the fingers. Find the webbing between the fingers, getting a stretch. And then that right arm comes all the way over. Once you're here, take a little bit of a pulse. Left elbow in towards the body. Left shoulder comes back. Okay. From here, right hand's going to come down. We're going to take that left arm over a little bit further this time. Switch it out. Left hand comes down. Right arm a little bit further. Let's do a few of these, finding that fluidity through the movement. Doesn't matter whether it matches our breath or not. We're just looking to find, to kind of feel good through the movement. A little bit of self-expression. The next time we get to our left side with the right hand down, we're going to take the left arm over. We're going to just pause there, reaching as far over as you can, and then take that left hand down. Push the right hand, left hand down into the mat, spider up through the fingers. See if we can anchor that left sit bone down onto the block. Lift the chest, find space, keep control of the belly, taking the gaze over towards that right side as well. We're going to walk the hands over to the center, lifting the chest, find space, walk the hands forward a little bit more. And then take an inhale, lift the chest, find some space, maybe a smile, and then walk the hands forward a little bit more. Push down those fingertips in towards the mat to get that bottom back towards the block. Last one, take an inhale, find some space through that front body, little smile, and then lower yourself all the way to your place that you are comfortable. Relax through the neck, take the gaze down towards the floor. Take some breath here as you inhale and exhale. Maybe you move a little bit closer towards the mat. Keep pushing those fingertips down to get the bottom back towards the block. And then we walk the hands through from center to the left. Push down through those fingertips, lifting the chest. Anchor that right sit bone down in towards the block. Find some openness across the chest. Take the gaze wherever's going to feel good for you. And then walk the hands back through center and then all the way back in. We're going to swap the legs over just for a moment or two, just finding that we're trying to balance out just a little bit. Excuse me. And then walking those hands forward just again. We're going to take that lift through the chest, push the fingertips down, walk the hands forward. We're all about smiling today. As we take the lift, maybe a little smile, I don't know, maybe not. And then walk those hands forward. From here, just allow yourself to find that heaviness through the torso. Fingertips push down to get that bottom back towards the block. Nice little stretch into the lower back. If you want to do a little bit of a sway from side to side, maybe that will feel good. Maybe it will just switch that little stretch on a little bit more. Your choice. Nice relax through the neck. Gaze comes down, lengthen that neck. And then we're going to walk those hands back in. All right, let's get rid of the block to wherever's going to feel good for you. We're going to extend that right leg away. Take that left foot into the inner right thigh. If you've got a strap handy, this might be a good time to grab hold of it. We're going to turn the torso over the top of that right thigh, and we're going to use the strap to take underneath the sole of that right foot. Draw those elbows in towards you. Nice open chest, okay? So we want to keep lifting through that front body, lifting through the crown of the head. Use the elbows to draw that the toes in towards the chin, and just begin to take a fold. It doesn't matter where we get to. We want to feel that into the back of the right leg, but we also want to be pushing that left knee down into the mat to get an openness through the hip. And then use your breath here. Really think about the inhales lifting, and then the exhales, we move the belly out of the way. Use the elbows as a little bit of leverage to draw the chin in towards the big toes. Okay, and then we can release the strap, take a forward fold, however feels good for you. Maybe a nice round through the spine might feel nice. Get a little bit of stretch across the shoulders and feel that skin across the back becoming taut. Okay, let's start to roll up through the spine. From here, left hand is going to come behind you. We're going to lift through the hips. As we do, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, anchor down through that right foot, reach that right hand up, and then maybe all the way over. Really keep control here, but find it as a bit of self-expression, lifting the belly button towards the ceiling, glutes are squeezing, hips are pushing. Open through the throat, but keep control of the neck. Right pinky edge side of that foot pushing down. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly, carefully bringing the bottom down. And then let's switch out. Left leg long, the sole of that right foot into the inner thigh. We're going to use that strap to hook the foot. Elbows come in towards the body, sitting up nice and tall. Open chest, and then when you're ready, starting to bring the elbows in, the strap comes in and the belly moves out of the way and the chest comes down towards the thighs. Using the inhale to lift, find some space, and then exhale, we're going to come just a little bit lower. Right knee pushing down, find a little bit of space in the hip as well. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Give me a smile. Exhale, we're going to fold down. And then if you're happy to release the strap, just take a forward fold to however feels good for you. Nice round through the spine. That skin across the shoulders, becoming tighter. And then beginning to come up through the spine. Let's take that right hand behind us, reach that left arm all the way round. Push through the right hand, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Push that pinky edge side of that left foot down into the mat. Open through that front body. Open through the throat, keep control of the neck. Left hand comes back wherever feels good. And then carefully lowering all the way back down. Nice. All right, let's come onto our knees. We're looking at a bit of a table here. If you're feeling strong, you can tuck your toes and hover the knees, coming off of taking the weight off of them. If you're happy to stay here, this is going to give you a little bit of a core workout. If you want to do that, great. If you don't, there's always an option to keep the knees on the floor. We're going to extend that right leg away, push through the heel and keep those hips nice and level. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. We want to find the security through that core. Hands are pushing down into the mat. We've got our shoulders stacked over the wrists. We're pushing, finding that space across the shoulders. And then take that left knee down, untuck the toes if the knee was lifted. And we're going to take that right leg out towards the side. Pinky edge side pushes down in towards the mat. We're going to come up. Right hand comes down the leg. We're going to lift that left arm high. Find that stretch through that left side body. Taking a gaze to the ceiling or straight ahead. There's no judgment here. Okay, from here, we're going to take that left hand down. As we do, find a gate pose, reaching that right hand away, still pushing through the pinky edge side of that right foot, taking the gaze wherever feels good for you. Now, you know what the options are going to be here. You can hang out here. This can be your moment. If you want a little bit of core work, we're going to lift that right leg, set yourself up. We're going to draw elbow to knee. And we'll go for 5 with control for 4, 3, 2, And one. Extend, keep that right leg hovering, just because we can. And then place it down. Beautiful. Find that gate pose. Have a last little stretch here, simply because it feels good. Okay, we're going to come all the way back into our table. All right, set yourself up. From here, we're going to tuck the toes because we want to find our core. We're going to lift through the knees. We're going to hold it here. If you don't want to do this, keep the knees down. Perfectly fine. Extend that left leg away. Hips are nice and level. Weight off of the knees, but that does mean we're working through the hands or through the shoulders. Gazing between the hands, nice long neck. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Keep breathing. I'd say a little smile here, but it is core work. It's probably more of a grimace. Okay, that right knee comes down, untuck the toes. We're going to take that left leg away from us. Let's come up. Left hand comes down the thigh. We're going to lift that right arm up and then sweep it all the way over, kind of pushing those right hips away to get that really nice stretch through that right side body. Okay. And then coming up, we're going to take that right hand down, finding a gate pose here. Let's take that left arm over the top. And then from here, we're going to anchor that left pinky edge side of the foot down into the mat, opening through that left side, taking the gaze towards the ceiling if that's good for your neck. Little breath here. And then you can stay put or you can come into a little bit of core work. We're going to lift that left leg. We're going to bring elbow towards the knee with control. Slow it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it hovered there because we can. Left foot comes down. Find that gate pose again. Nice last stretch here. And then hands come down. Knee comes down. Take the feet together, take the knees as wide as the mat, sink the bottom back into a wide-legged child's pose. From here, if you've got space, you can take the hands together, take the thumbs to the nape of the neck, so you pass them over the head. Alternatively, you can spider up those fingertips, get the chest a little bit lower. Some options for you. Pick the one that feels the most comfortable or play around. Maybe you can have a go. If you don't like it, come out. Push the fingertips down if that's where you're at. Get the bottom back towards the heels. Okay, you'll start to come all the way back out and into your table. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog, but we won't be there for very long. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to take the chest back to the thighs, sit back into the heels, find that stretch through the Achilles and the underside of the feet. Take a breath here, release away. We'll then start to lift the bottom to the ceiling. And then lengthen the backs of the legs one at a time. Take a deep bend through one knee, anchor through the other heel, and then switch out. Wiggle through the bottom, wiggle through the hips, big exaggerated knee bends just to find that movement through that lower back. And then when you're ready, and there really is no rush here, because everyone tells us a downward facing dog is a resting pose. So we're going to draw the elbow creases in towards one another. We're starting to look at each other, triceps wrapped around. Heels are moving towards the mat, but we want a long, straight spine. So if you need to take a deep bend into the knees to get there, then do. Take a breath. On your next exhale, release through the mouth, sigh your day away. And then lift that right leg high. Three-legged dog, keeping those hips nice and level to start with. Just holding this space. Right leg is going to come to the outside. Right foot is coming to the outside of that right hand. Plant that foot down. Strong back leg as we push that heel away. And let's come into a twist as we open towards that right, the chest round to the right side, right arm lifting. If you've got some space, we can wrap that arm all the way round, touch the top of that left thigh, rolling the right shoulder back. If you've got tired legs, you can take the back knee down. That's also absolutely perfect. Okay, right hand is going to come down. We're going to come back to a three-legged dog when you're ready. 3, 2, and 1. Right leg lifts. This time, open the hips to the right, left foot towards the bottom. Squeeze the glutes as those hips push forward. Find that groin stretch and that quad stretch. See if we can take the weight equally through the hands. And then a little bit of core work for you. We're going to take right knee on that right elbow to the left side, to the right side, and away. 2 more of those. Right knee, right elbow, nice and high. Left side, and away. Last one here. Right knee high on the elbow, over to the left, over to the right, and away. Okay. Left foot is going to come through the hands. We're going to come up into a high lunge. Take that nice deep bend into that right knee. Left heel pushing back. Hands are going to come to the hips. We're going to play around with a little bit of Warrior 3, and then we're going to open out to a half moon. So if you've got a block, I'm going to recommend you stick it at the top of your mat because you're going to probably want it. Better to have it there than not, right? So from here, we're going to make our way into a Warrior 3. The weight is going through that right leg. As we lift into that right leg, we're going to hinge from the hips. Left hip in line with the right. Lift through that back leg. We look like a capital T from the side. Reaching the crown of the head forward. Thinking here, if you want a little bit of core work, extend those arms away from you. Keep squeezing the glute to lift that back leg. Okay, so we're here. We're going to find our half moon. Right hand comes to the block. We turn the hips out towards the left, focusing in on something that's not moving. Maybe you stay here. I'm very wobbly today. Maybe you bring the hand to the foot, or the foot to the hand. Those hips out to the side wall. Wherever you are, make sure you have safe space to fall. Playing around with this is, I'm going to say super fun, but only if you're safe. Taking your gaze to something that's not moving. If you come out of it, find your way back in, steps at a time. Keep with the breath, smooth and even. And then if the foot is grabbed, we can release. Taking the chest down towards the mat. We're leveling off those hips. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that large step back with that left foot and coming back where we started in our high lunge. Feeling pretty proud of ourselves. Okay, we're going to switch the block over to the other side. From here, take the hands down. We're going to make our way through down dog. So right foot is going to join the left. Okay. Pedal out the heels. Now this probably will feel like a rest compared to what we just did. So pause there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, release through the mouth. Let's take another 2. Inhale. Exhale, release through the mouth. Last one here. Inhale. And release through the mouth. Left leg is high. Okay. Going to pause here, the hips nice and level. Left foot is going to come through the hands. Keeping the right hand down, we're going to lift through the left hand, open the chest round to the left-hand side. Ribs around, reaching crown of the head towards the top corner of the room. Find as much space as you have. Push that heel back in towards the mat on the right side. Okay. Here we go. Left hand comes down. We're going to make our way back into our down dog. Left leg joins right. Pedal the heels. Wiggle the bottom. Okay, a little bit of core work here. That left leg lifts. Open the hips out to the left. Drop that left foot towards the bottom. Glutes are squeezing. Openness through that front body. Keep the weight equally distributed between the hands. And then a little bit of core. We've got that left knee high on that left elbow. To the right side. To the left side. Three-legged dog. We'll do two more. Left knee. Left elbow. Right. Left. And away. Last one. Left knee, left elbow, right, left, and away. Okay. Coming into that high lunge, left foot through the hands. Take a wider stance so you know your balance. Come up into that high lunge. Sink back into that back heel. Nice and strong. Always nice and strong. Okay, so we know where we're going this time. Make sure your block is where you can use it. Once you're ready, we're going to take weight into that left leg. And then we hinge from the hips, bring that torso down, lift through that right leg, draw that right hip level with the left. So the right hip shining down to the mat. Reach the crown of the head forward, glutes squeezing on the right side to keep that right leg lifting. Maybe some core work, the hands come in front of you. Imagine you're holding a giant beach ball. Maybe a little smile because you're having fun, right? Yeah, sure of it. Okay, from here we're going to find our half moon. Hand to the block. Open the hips out towards that right side. If you have space, you can just hang out here. If you want to, you can lift through that right arm. If you've got more space, you can take right foot towards the hand, roll that right shoulder back, and then push that foot into the hand, finding some calm breathing. If we come out, we try to go back in. Keep breathing, find focus. Okay, release the foot if you've got the foot. Find your half moon, draw the hips down, find your warrior three. Take a large step back to where we started in your high lunge. Feeling pretty proud. Nice. All right, hands are going to come down. Take a large step forward. We're at the top of our mat, feet are hip distance apart. Just take a little bit of a rock between the heels and the toes so we can just start to find how that feels further up the body. Okay, when you're ready, plant your feet down so the weight is evenly distributed. We're going to take the opposite elbows, find that grip around the head, and take a sway from side to side. Drawing the crown of the head down between the two big toes. Sit bones looking up towards the ceiling, really finding that space through the lower back. And then releasing the grip, take the other grip. And just sway from side to side. Okay, and then from here, we're going to take a half lift, hands to shins. Allow the crown of the head to reach forward. We lengthen the backs of the legs. The shoulders are away from the ears. We've got the straightest, longest spine you can find. And then take a forward fold, chest coming in towards the thighs, torso hanging heavy. If you need to take a bend into the knees, do. It'll change the way the stretch feels for you. Just taking a couple of breaths here, getting heavy, allowing gravity to do its fine work. Okay, we're going to take a step back with that left foot. We're going to walk the hands to the long edge of the mat, and the feet are now parallel. The pinky edge sides of the feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. It was a lot of words, wasn't it? Okay, anchor down the pinky edge side of the feet so we know that we're nice and strong. We're going to take a half lift here. So just lifting the chest, finding that space through the spine, gazing at the long edge of the mat, nice long neck. Take a breath here and then take a forward fold. Hands can come to the outside of the feet, bend through the elbows to draw the crown of the head down between the feet, tipping the body slightly so that the sit bones start to look towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to just come up a little bit, heel toe those feet in, come down into a squat. Once you're here, and just decide what your squat is going to be. Maybe you're rolling from heels, maybe you are perfectly stationary. Whatever it might be, just find what's good for you. If you find that you're really crunched over, I promise you, pop a block under your bottom to lengthen the spine. It will help. If you are finding your heels are lifting, then pop them underneath the soles of your feet or under the heels to give you some stability. And then you can push up and find that space. Just taking a moment here. Find that long spine that you know you have, aiming those sit bones down towards the mat, lifting through the chest, elbows in towards the inner thighs, a little bit of space through the hips. Okay, and then we're going to take the bottom down. Okay, I think you think I've forgotten core. I have not. So we're going to sit up tall. Okay, here we are. So we're going to work hard, but then we're going to rest hard as well. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and tall just to start with. We're going to lift those feet off of the floor. And we're going to just find that boat position. If you want to take the hands down, you absolutely can. And we're just going to start by tapping the toes down. Now, we're going to do it with control. We're not going to do it really quickly, because if we do it really quickly, we're kind of like skipping past the intensity of it all. So just thinking about chest towards thighs, thinking about that long spine, thinking about keeping that openness across the chest. I'm just distracting you with words right now. I know that you know that. Okay, we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring the feet down, give yourself a bit of a hug, maybe a wiggle over the bottom. All right. Super. Okay, let's find ourselves a block. Here we are. We're going to put the block between the thighs. We're going to squeeze those thighs together so we've got a little bit of inner core, inner thigh activation. We're going to extend the legs away and bring them in as we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet down. Give yourself a hug together, a little bit of a wiggle. Okay. Oh, can we do it? I think we can do it. Okay, sitting up tall. Find that beautiful position. We're going to take the hands to our block. We're going to go for some twists here. All right, so firstly, get yourself into position, lifting through those thighs. Draw that core in, hands to a block, and we'll go for 10, 9, with control, 8, slow it down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the feet down, give yourself a hug. We'll come back for the other 10 in a moment, all right? You know when I'm finding it hard because my voice goes all shaky. I try and hold it together, but I can't. Okay, sitting up tall. Find the openness through the shoulders, through the chest, lift the legs. Here we go, strong core. And we'll go for 10, 9, 8, slow it down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, feet come down, give yourself a big hug. Maybe make some little shakes through the body. All right. Okay, we're going to get rid of the block for a moment. Bring yourself down onto your mat. We're going to do some dead bugs simply because we know that they're good for us. Lower back pushes down into the mat. We're going to really activate through that core. Knees above the hips. So we've got our legs at right angles. We're going to take the hands away from us. Okay. And as we extend the right leg away, the left arm comes in. I couldn't even say it. And then alternate out. Okay, we're going to do it with control. This is very much like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. All the while, that lower back is anchored deeply down into the mat. Take it really slow. Really find that intensity. Maybe you start talking and then you'll know when your voice gets shaky. Then you've found the sweet spot. Okay, here we go. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those knees into the chest. Make little circles on that lower back. And then take them in the other way, other direction. Okay. From here, let's just finish off by extending that right leg away. Draw the left knee in towards that shoulder, your left shoulder. Push through the heels. Keep an open chest with the shoulders backing down. We're just going to do a couple of stretches now just to allow the breath to settle, the heart rate to just slow down a little bit, to cool down. And just reminding our body that we are now about ready to rest. Okay, let's switch out. Left leg is long, right leg comes in towards that right shoulder. Pushing through the heels. Dip that chin slightly to the chest, lengthen through the neck. And then release. So we're going to take the knees just above the hips. Take that right leg over the top of the left, like you're crossing your legs. And then grab hold of not a joint, so a shin or like the outer edge of the feet. And just draw those knees in towards the chest, finding that really deep stretch into the leading legs glute. And this might be a nice space just to have a little bit of a rock from side to side. That might feel good for you. You can try it, and if it doesn't, then don't. Okay. Coming out of that, switch the legs over, left leg over the top of the right. Take hold of something that is not a joint. And then again, maybe an option to have a little bit of a sway. That might feel good. Just dip that chin very slightly towards your chest, getting that length into the neck. And then hopefully the heart rate is calmed. The breathing has returned back to that slow and steady pattern. And now we might be ready for rest. Okay, uncross those legs, just draw the knees in towards you. Really do listen in to what your body is going to need from you now. Maybe some little circles on the lower back, maybe some windscreen wiper legs, whatever it might be. Maybe a dance, I don't know. This is your moment. Just allow yourself to settle into whatever you need in order to relax. And then once you're there, find a place that you can relax into for the next few moments. Maybe the feet are flat and the knees come in towards one another. Maybe you lay out on the mat. Simply just allowing that relaxation to take hold of the ankles. Wherever you are at, just allowing yourself to settle. We're going to work through a body scan. We've worked hard today. We've gone through some pretty funky poses. And now this is your moment to enjoy the reward of your hard work. So as always in yoga, we're going to start in our foundations. I'm going to start at the feet, noticing the ankles. Just take a moment just to wiggle those feet from side to side and then pausing, allowing those feet to drop out. Finding that heaviness and that relaxation starting to move through the body. Take the journey up the backs of the legs. And then up towards the hips. And now we're here. I'm going to take a deep inhale. As we exhale, release through the mouth, sending the breath to the hips. I'm going to go for 2 more of those. The inhale and the releasing breath through the mouth. And then last one here, take that inhale. Releasing through the mouth, the breath goes to the hips, the heaviness falls through the body. We take a journey up the spine, imagining it growing longer on the mat, reaching that crown of the head towards that back wall, finding space between the vertebrae. And as we get to the shoulders, we start to make that journey down the arms. We get down to the wrists. Maybe the palms are up, the fingertips curled in, the forearms heavy, the shoulders gently lifting and falling as the breath comes in and the breath leaves. We take that journey back up the arms, up to the shoulders, and then we meet at the nape of the neck. We take an inhale. Can we grow just a little bit longer on the mat? We make that journey over the head, the forehead, and then the eyebrows. Noticing whether those eyebrows are knitted in close together, or hopefully by now you've breathed them apart. And we journey down the nose to the mouth, taking just a moment to think about all of the words spoken today, the smiles given and received. We focus in on that intention from the beginning of class today, taking the opportunity to smile inwardly at ourselves, knowing that you've shown up for yourself today. Maybe the tongue has rolled slightly back into the mouth, the teeth slightly apart, the lips slightly apart, and the breath just moves effortlessly through the body. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take another 2 releasing breaths before we start to move. As we take that inhale, find the length through the spine. As we exhale, we release through the mouth, sigh it all away. Another inhale here, as deep as you can, fill the lungs, and then release that whole breath away. Okay, we now know it is time to begin to bring our awareness back to this moment. Starting to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingertips. Maybe a slight movement from side to side, just awakening the body, reminding it that it is time to give a little bit back. And then slowly and carefully, and there is no rush, you can begin to make your way back up to a seated position. And I will be there.